I mean, this hand is nice. Rest in peace may or may not have text. Cammy, thank you very much for that support. You were very silly, and I appreciate it. Thank you for the 67 months. Hey Sapir, hey Callie, hey Malamat. No, my beanstalk! I assume they take the beanstalk. Seems pretty unreasonable to take anything else. Wow, they took Leyline Binding. Okay. Acceptable. I don't really want them to know I drew this swamp. Probably just shock myself this turn, right? I'm gonna have to shock myself at some point anyway. Vampire, yep. Get down a Harvester. I really hope they don't have Sorin Vein Ripper in hand. I would feel very sad. I could get down this path to the Wild Tree. I kind of want to cycle this Triome though, and just look for anything that slows down my potential death instead. I think that's probably wiser. Alright, Fable was fine. 54 months. Like 54 whole months, Callie. Thank you, thank you. For the 54 whole months. What? I haven't drawn particularly on this game. In that we have basically drawn a land every turn. Discard a Sorin, and they play a different Sorin. Don't do it. Alright, this is fine. I mean, we're still kind of dying. I'm still feeling like actually weirdly not great considering, but at least they didn't put a Vein Ripper into play. Another land. Okay. Not ideal. I think that means we're just dead, right? I'm pretty sure that means we're dead. So either they have a removal spell for the Yorion, or yeah. Madness. Yeah, we just kind of drew lands every turn. No, that was brutal. Alright, let's bring in the Sunfall. Take out this Rest in Peace. Definitely want these Pick Your Poisons against Vein Ripper. I kind of want more Sunfalls, honestly. Sunfalls pretty nice. I think Tolsimir is fine. Gargaroth's pretty bad into removal spells, but it's otherwise quite good, I don't know. Yeah, this is Incarnation. We didn't have the best results of Incarnation last week. I was enjoying it, so I thought I would give it another spin. Does it seem good? I think it does. Bring in the 4th portable hole. Slow down the early beatdowns. That doesn't really do much. Yes, I'm keeping. They're just gonna Fort Seize me anyway. They didn't Fort Seize me. Okay. I kind of want to path this turn because I'm gonna be vetoing on turn 3, right? The pathing now seems pretty reasonable. I guess I just grab this swamp for binding purposes. Next time I get to go breeding pool, hold these open. Insulate myself from Sorin and Fable. Have an Omen to cast if they don't do those things. They're rainy, it's true. Hey, Aspie. Would a Rainy ever really stream Magic the Gathering? That really happen? Hey, wow. They have not done anything this game. That's great news for me. That means they're probably really leaning on this turn free play. More likely than you'd think. And personally, I'd think it was pretty likely. Ooh, a Beanstalk. Pretty nice. Okay, it means they get to resolve whatever they want, which is scary, but... Here's the Sorin. Okay. Bane Ripper time. Preacher, what? That was not as scary as I feared it would be, I'm gonna be honest. Thought I was kind of dead, and then they didn't put in the scary cub. Incarnation into hand. Ooh. Okay. Funny, if I shock myself, they don't get a token. Yeah. I don't know if I want to just have no more lies open. I maybe do. Grabbing the Yorion's really nice though. I should fix my camera. It keeps unfocusing itself. There we go. Vampire. Okay. That doesn't make red mana. You do get to start drawing cards, which is annoying, but... Okay, here's the Fort Seas, but we have an Incarnation and a Yorion, and they can only take one. They take the Yorion, because it draws, like, 5 cards. Makes sense. Now I get to Incarnation, go get a free drop. Are they gonna Lightning Bolt me with the Mutavault? Puts me down to 13. I am... Oh, they're just growing Mutavault. Okay. I am kind of dying a little bit. Alright. I guess the Cavern of Souls means it's not clear this No More Lies is gonna get to do anything. I could just go put a Leyline Binding on top of my deck. Yeah, sounds honestly pretty reasonable. Then we get to binding a thing. We can even turn our binding into an Atraxa at some point if we want to. Binding's gonna draw 2 cards for 1 mana. Seems pretty great. I have 2 white sources total at the moment. Yorion did get 4 seized. Sadly, they did not let me draw 6 cards. Honestly reasonable. We can Leyline Binding and Atraxa if we want to. We can leave your friend. That's a lot of syllables. I'm not sure that one quite works, Asta. It's a lot of syllables. Alright, if I don't block, I can Binding this and then attack the Sorin. Might be reasonable. Means I take a bunch of damage, but... Getting Sorin off the table sounds pretty appealing. I mean, I'm probably going to end up having to shock myself next turn. Get a second white source. Could fire off Wild Tree. That's true. That does a lot of stuff. I think I just want to cast the Binding. Maybe this is wrong. I think I'm gonna go grab the planes before I do it to save some life. Alright, draw 2 cards. Pickup is not the most useful right at this moment. Let's take down this. Untapped up. You know what? It isn't. I should fix that. Thanks for mentioning that, DSS. Apparently, it's bringing out a quick update. It will be done in a moment. There we go. Untapped is now up. So let's attack Soren. Then I might just bounce this Preacher. That sounds like it's probably a good idea. So we go end step. Like, I could go get an Atraxa. Maybe it's fine to get an Atraxa. Problem is they get this Harvester back. If they have like 2 removal spells, I kind of die. It feels like just bouncing the Preacher is going to be pretty safe. Kind of hard for them to do too much against that. I care about. So funny, you can bounce the Leyline Binding. This deck's so good at finding its Leyline Bindings. And maybe that's why you're allowed to play Beanstalk, even though you don't have many 5s. You just get to tutor for your Leyline Binding and bounce it if you want to. Obviously, I'm countering this. Animating Mutavault, okay. I'll happily block this Harvester. I just want to like Agent the Mutavault. And draw 2 cards apparently. Draw. Oh, I could Agent the Hive instead. Hive is like quite a bit harder to block. Seems good. Do I want to attack? I'm not convinced attacking really matters. Despite everything, Rainy still likes casting Stone Rain. It's true. I could go get Atraxa. Yeah, I could. Let's do that. Puts the Leyline Binding in my yard so I can get it back. Kind of delightful. Sure. Grab land, grab an Incarnation. I could get the clone. Oh, you're right, Scooter. I should have done that. I think that's better. Yeah, just stealing their other creature land. Yeah. You're right, Scooter. Moon-Blessed Cleric is so weirdly good. It really shouldn't be. I kind of want the second one in the deck. I don't know. Draw ups in Bloomburrow. That's a fun card. I played that in Constructed briefly. Oh, that's so sweet, Sophia. Oh yeah. Love that. I am a Shore Up fan. I liked the mono blue and like the, what was it? Flood of Insight? I liked the Flood of Insight decks. Am I allowed to keep this? It's really good against Thoughtseize and really bad against them just casting a bunch of creatures. I don't know. This seems fine. It's probably fine. It's so good against Thoughtseize. Is the thing. Alright, Temple Garden's nice. Actually. Temple Garden is very nice. Means I can start casting my 2-drops next turn. Go fetch a basic in case I draw a 3-drop. Features a rat. Wow, they made it even better. Is Flood of Insight still going to be in standard? go find a swamp. Alright, opponent, don't do the Vein Ripper thing, please. Please, please, please. Just cast like a Fable. Or nothing. That's also an option. You're very allowed to cast nothing. Alright. What card? I might be getting the name incorrect. It's 4 and a blue. You draw a number of cards equal to number of islands you control, and then discard like 2 cards, I think. It's an instant. It's very cool. Flow of Insight, thank you. Yes. That card is delightful. It will be in standard. Excellent. I don't want to get a Leyline Binding. I should probably just bounce this shoulder though. That sounds pretty good to me. Flow of Knowledge, thank you. Yeah, that's the actual name. Yeah. Oh, do I just get a Cleric? I don't know. This just seems good. Without Hortigen? I mean, it might not be good enough, but I do like the card a lot. It's a very powerful card. It's a new card that turns lands into islands. See? See? It's gonna be perfect. Oh, Hortigen isn't the rotating either. Exactly. Mono blue it is. I haven't really looked at that Flow of Insight in a while. But my experience was that you could actually play it even without Jin if you wanted to. I wonder if that's still the case. Draw of a turn. Take 2 damage. I think we're sacking the Beanstalk. That sounds fine. Guess I'm gonna grab the Yorion, hold open, no more lies. Yeah, we're gonna lose our Beanstalk. But we're gonna send our opponent back to the Stone Age. Well, I was playing Cube. I mean, basically. Essentially. Wow, rude. I'm kind of okay with the fatal push happening there. Alright, please don't force me, seize me. Fort sneeze me. I think I just no more lies this. I don't know, it buys me so much time, right? Like, we'll be able to deal with the Shouldered, I am sure. How far away from 1 Skyclave are we? That could be good. It hasn't felt necessary so far, but Skyclave is a pretty great card. Oh, you're going to CubeCon? Have fun. CubeCon seems great. I assume I am not blocking when I have this Yorion in hand. Even though I'd kind of like to save a life. Yeah, it's definitely a very strong card, Scooter. I'm a little bit surprised the list I'm playing doesn't have it. Alright, so Beanstalk first. Beanstalk first. See what I draw. Could also just get the Yorion down here, but I think I want to set up a bit more. Okay, fire off the Omen of the Sea. We're going to be getting a Moon-Blessed Cleric this turn. And putting Leyline Binding on top. Incarnation. They don't have any creature lands for this Boseiju. But I want Incarnation. Honestly, not desperately. It just gets me a 5, which is like fine. But I have a Beanstalk, okay. Casting the other Beanstalk costs me 2 life when I answer the shoulder it. I kind of feel like it's actually not worth it. I'd rather just get a tap land down this turn. I think cards are not my main pinch point at the moment. Shockingly, I think life is quite a bit more important. Alright, let's get this Moon-Blessed Cleric. Moon-Blessed Cleric gets Leyline Binding. Oh, I guess I could take the Shouldered, or I could use Leyline Binding to go get an Agent of Treachery to get my own Shouldered. Might be better. Sounds pretty good. Oh yeah. Honestly, Gigantha can mean a lot of things, but this sounds great. I'm gonna keep. Which of my many triomes? Definitely not Zagoth. Yes, Ketria. Yes, Ketria. No, I might want some portable hole and play a tap land next turn. That's more likely than drawing a green 2 that I really want to cast. Okay, yeah, an enigmatic stream. How enigmatic. Thank you for the 70 months, Kate. Heck yeah. Let's get this down. Probably holding on to this last triome. But getting a swamp in play. Not bad. Insidious roots. I see. Find a Leyline Binding. Might be a good idea. Before this gets out of hand. It is kind of sad grabbing Leyline Binding when we don't actually have Beanstalk yet, however. I still grab it. I'm just here to one-up Kate. Heck yeah. Celeste, thank you for the 71 months of support. Thank you, thank you. 2 copies of Insidious Roots is terrifying. Good lord. We have all of them, right? Cool. I could just Yorion plus Binding. Then I don't think I'm Yorioning next turn though. I don't know if there's a root stack per se. It's not very good, but it does exist. It's pretty fun. It's more like a 4-up. Alicia, thank you for the 75 months. Alicia, if that is your real name. Kate in disguise. Kate stole your keyboard. Excellent. I actually struggle to imagine I'm gonna ever have time to cycle this triome, so yes, I'll just play it out. So I probably should have attacked that, I guess. Details, details. Alright, they get a roots token. We are immediately going to kill with this Tolsimir, yes. Oh, they get to activate it immediately. That's so sick. Ivar seems amazing in that deck. We are in danger. We're in so much danger. Yeah. Yeah. Am I allowed to block? Assume not. So I'm gonna kill this 2/3 and then attack, I guess. Oh no, they have 2 of these. They get to bring back Scrounger and get another. Oh my god. I'm so dead. Where's my Sunfalls? Every single match you play with this deck, I want more Sunfalls. Before my next match, I'm like having the full 4 Sunfalls in my 75, 95, I guess. That card is quite good. Alright, let's punch the 1/2. Because I have to force them to activate the Scrounger. I can't punch the 2/3. Becoming the villain. Registering Sunfall. Sunfall isn't even like that good in it. Oh my god, it got 2. Wait. Oh, because it removes 2 cards. Oh. That makes sense. Yeah. Farewell and Boya. Yeah, then I'm really the villain. I need a Cataclysmic Gearhulk in my deck, apparently. It'd actually be very bad in my enchantment deck, but you know, details. You know, I am dead, right? Yeah. That game got out of hand much faster than I expected. Oh, bring in the second Sunfall. Oh, I guess Rest in Peace is probably pretty good. It's probably alright. I kind of want this. It seems bad, except it kills roots. And that probably pretty important. Gives them a... It sure does, BV. It sure does. Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. Agent of Treachery seems kind of bad. Probably. I can kind of see situations in which it would be good though. Heliod is very bad with Rip. So good to have access to. I'm very uncertain what to sideboard out here. Like, Tolsimir is kind of good against their, like, smaller games. Elesh Norn seems pretty heinous. So... 85 card special, yeah. So many just, like, appealing cards in the matchup. There's also a lot of cards that seem, like, just fine. It's hard to know which ones to get rid of. I think I'm gonna cut the Agent. Yeah, Agent doesn't seem very good. I agree. Maybe free. Oh, maybe the portable holes are overkill. They're probably gonna have a bunch of Haywire Mites. 81 special. I don't know what to cut. Maybe the Gargaroth? Gargaroth's really good at helping kill a Tyvar, which could matter. Yeah. Yes, so. Kind of awkward having Atraxa in the opener, but you know, details. It's a Shaman. I guess technically the Shaman doesn't do anything yet, and I can chill for a moment. They play out our roots this turn. I'm going to want to answer that instead, so... Which one am I binding? Priest is pretty spooky. I The decision is binding. That's not even true. I have a Yorion here. Ooh, that's a good draw. Up the Beanstalk is phenomenal. Unfortunately, discarding to Fable gives them Death Right Fuel, but tells details. Another Priest. Just Supplier could fuel this Death Right. It mills stone nothing. Well, this Pick Your Poison does not seem like it's going to this game. And I could just discard this Glasspool Mimic. Okay. Incarnation cannot go grab an Atraxa, sadly. And we're one short. Okay, I kind of want to like Beanstalk Binding, I guess. Could blow out a double block. Potentially. I worry that this might be a waste of a binding, but we get our treasure. Oh, but now if we hold off on the binding, we have a treasure for Atraxa. I think I should just get rid of this priest. Keep these priests off the table. Alright, next turn, Incarnation can turn Fable into Heliod. Be reasonable. There's a Rebel Bout. Puts both into the yard. The third priest, yeah. Sure. What am I doing? Definitely attacking. Yep, they don't block. They're gonna get to activate Priest next turn, which does make grabbing Heliod a tiny bit less exciting than it would otherwise be. I could just go get another binding. Keep them coming. Down my land, and say go. So we're not going to be able to Atraxa next turn, but we'll be able to do it pretty soon. They're going to activate Priest here, so we're going to lose our Shaman token. I don't want to keep these in play together. They block well, but they're also pretty threatening together. I can like start tutoring bindings if they don't disrupt this imminently. Aldrin. What does that do? It can turn anything into a priest? Good lord. Okay. Sure. I guess so. Now the Maverick becomes a priest. The tree deck is legal in Arena. I should maybe see how much of it I have at some point. That deck seems sweet. Brennan's doing some cool stuff here. Oh, what's the scrounger? I feel like I'm in a little bit of danger. By a little bit, I mean, holy shit. I'm terrified. Alright, let's go for this Leyline Binding. We draw a card. We find a land drop. Not the worst. Might just have to hit the Soldrin, but that's really awkward because then I'm not removing any power from the board. But maybe that is necessary. They're attacking for so much. I have to find something else too, right? I could Incarnation and go grab a... Really unfortunate that the Atraxa is not in our deck. Or the Agent. If we had an Agent of Treachery right now, we'd actually be fine. I'm getting kind of punished for sideboarding it out. Unfortunately. Alright, I guess we're going to go grab the Bouncer and put the Priest in their hand. So that they can't activate it next turn. Many ley lines, much binded. Indeed, indeed. The more stuff I block, the easier it is for them to answer my Atraxa next turn. I wonder if I'm allowed to block the Scrounger and like nothing else. It's pretty dangerous to block at all, but it might be better to block with the Cleric, weirdly. Because we might copy the... Oh no, we've lost the clone. The clone isn't in our deck anymore. Okay. Yeah, if we had an Agent of Treachery in our deck, this game would feel a lot easier. Even though the card's not very good in this matchup, just having that option can help. Ordered. I think this game is going to be pretty hard to win, but we'll see how the next turn goes. It's going to come down to whether they can answer this Atraxa or not, probably. I think that's going to be the decider. Or if we draw Sunfall. That card does not seem very beatable for that deck. They're saying go? That's terrifying. What does that mean? Well, obviously I'm playing this. We only have one binding in our decks. We're probably not going to find a binding, sadly. But we do get a large lifelinker in play. That could be worse. I feel like if this deck could play like 10 Leyline Bindings, it would be phenomenal. Yeah, I think they just disconnected. Alas. Unfortunate. Hey, Mayrosa. That matchup seemed pretty spooky. Not gonna lie. A little bit spooky. Alright, well this is a keep. This isn't a keep, I don't know what is. Got the no more lies, got the card advantage. What more could we possibly want? I'm just gonna fire for Beanstalk here. Hold open no more lies next turn. Means it isn't as telegraphed, and also we're gonna want to counter their free anyway, because it'll be like Fable or Sorin. Harvester is fine. So many beans. Indeed. We do need to find anything to do at some point, but you know, details. Get countered. Get out of here, Sorin. Alright. Untapped land is actually kind of okay. I assume I just want to get my Incarnation going to make up for the fact that I'm going to be spinning my wheels a lot. Could go get a Leyline Binding and have that ready. And then the Leyline Binding can become an Agent of Treachery. Or an Atraxa. Well, there's a Sorin. Please don't put in Vein Ripper, because now they can kill my cleric, right? And I take 4. Wait, they're attacking? What? Isn't this already good for me? Now I get to take their Vein Ripper, right? That's a bad move. Doesn't seem like the best move. Very surprising. So I go Path, Beanstalk, 1 mana Leyline Binding. Then we're gonna sack the binding for an agent. Take the blood token, I guess so. We might still lose this game, but you know, this is definitely gonna help. Take the blood token. We don't attack. Sack the binding. Get an Agent of Treachery. The agent takes the Vein Ripper. And Vein Ripper makes a Sacred Cleric. Nice. Because they do have a thing they can sack. Like, they can Bitter Triumph this Vein Ripper. But I think if their plan is to do that, we've bought ourselves a ton of time in the process. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Your Vein Ripper? My Vein Ripper. Dusk Legion Zealot. Sure. Acceptable. Fort seizing me. Deal. Need that Beanstalk anyway. Is this the best deck in Explorer? I mean, who's to say? Gain a bunch of life. Heal. Seems to be doing pretty well, regardless. Let's kill the Sorin. Get a Beanstalk. The Hybridlek. Oh, was I meant to get a binding? I can't cast it now, which is sad. I'm just gonna get this Beanstalk. It's pretty good. I can go get a 5. Getting Tolsimir is pretty nice. Kill the Harvester, gain like 7. Have all the time in the world. Yeah, I don't really know how they ever win if I do this, so. Oh wait, no, gain 9. Sorry, I can't count. Because now they need to find a creature to sacrifice to kill the Vein Ripper. That is a Preacher of the Schism, so they're dead on board. Excellent. Sunfalls in the deck. Flanker out of the deck. Cure poisons. I'm never sure if we want like the extra portable hole here or not. Very unclear. Gargaroth's kind of stinky. Having another 5 to tutor is pretty decent. Probably don't want it. Always unsure if we want more vetoes. Countering Sorin is so important, but problem is like it doesn't actually have that many targets in their deck. You can't draw that too many of them. Also, they have Fort Seize. They can sometimes just play around veto if they know you have it in hand. Yes. I'm gonna keep this. They're a Fort Seize deck, but obviously we need to draw white mana at some point. But goodbye Incarnation. Ooh, a Beanstalk. That's actually not a bad draw. Oh, that is also not a bad draw though. Unfortunately, they know about this veto, so they can play around it, but hopefully it just, hopefully they don't have a Preacher and it just slows them down, just the existence of this card. Do I want to let them know about this land? Not desperately, but also it's the land I would like to develop the most, so... Please no Shouldered. Yeah, this Dovin's Veto is just kind of destroying them. Very, very hard for them to develop anything whilst it's being held open. Sunfall is nice. Oh, we have an Incarnation in the yard that Heliod can get back. Sweet. Alright, they activate Immutable. They get in for 2. They go. I think I just want to keep having this open. But yes, I can grab Yorion this turn. Or I could save 2 life on the Steam Vents. Which might matter more. I kind of want to Heliod back the Incarnation next turn. I guess they might Vein Ripper me here and force me to spend this Sunfall. Nope. They're just attacking. Nice. Love that. Love that for me. Alright, let's get down this Heliod. Very nice one to develop. Pretty clean 2 for 1, even if it gets killed. Gives us an Incarnation that we can cast next turn if we don't draw a land drop. Obviously, you don't really want to sack this Beanstalk, but you know, we'll be fine. If it comes to that, it will be fine. Alright, we're countering this 100%. It means we can start actually spending our mana. Alright. It sounds silly. I kind of want to jam Tolsimir. And just like kill this Dust Legion. And I don't know. It sounds fine. We have a Pick Your Poison for a Vein Ripper anyway. Seems good. Get in there for 4. They are dying incredibly quickly. Fable of the Mirror Breaker, sure. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Oh, they missequenced those. They lost their Fable token. Oops, indeed. Well, that's not too bad for us then. So the tricky question is, do I want to make them sacrifice this Fable? I'm not really sure. I feel like the discard 2, draw 2 is going to be pretty good for them, but I think I just want to have an answer to Vein Ripper in hand. Go get a Leyline Binding. That we can turn into an Atraxa. They discard Push Mountain. They duress me. They probably take this Pick Your Poison. Okay, that's fine. This does not matter. Go blank. Rude. Also does not matter. Opponent's not doing very much of consequence right now. Pretty annoying. If I cast this, they're gonna get value when we sack it. Woe is me. I kind of just want to like Yorion this turn. It draws me like 3 cards. Seems good. I don't want to attack. I don't want them to trade off any of their stuff. I just want to draw cards. Oh, a Leyline Binding. I would love a Leyline Binding. I don't believe I'm using the Incarnation this turn. Seems somewhat unnecessary. Heck yeah. Alright, we're winning. We've got a nice winning streak going today. Enjoying it. Important. Only a thing in shops and offices. Yeah, that's been my experience. Most shops have it, and every single office has it, but that's about it, I think. We're about to get bodied. I assume our mono green matchup is not spectacular, although the pile of Sunfalls they've added probably help a little bit. Okay, Sunken Citadel, spooky, spooky. Well, we are pretty obligated to counter this. Yes. No turn 2 Tron. They did have turn 2 Tron. You beat mono green with cats. Oh my god. VV overpowered. Play the cat deck if you struggle with mono green. I wonder if I need to grab Leyline Binding. Maybe. Every day I'm more and more tempted to play the cat stack. I wish I didn't have to craft like 4 Adorned Pounces to play it. Well, I'm worried if I discard 2 lands and I don't draw a land, that's like pretty stinky. I think I'm only allowed to discard 1. Okay. And I go attack, Kiora, Moon-Blessed Cleric for something, hold open veto. And desperately hope they play into the veto. If they just fire off a storm next turn, we could be in this, but you know, there's a lot of stuff we can't beat as well. I could also get an Incarnation. What Incarnation? What would that do? I don't have a 2. If I had a 2, Incarnation would be good because we could just bounce the Leyline. I don't have a 2 at the moment, which makes it a little bit less exciting. I think Heliod's going to be too slow. I guess my plan at the moment is I need to survive until Fable can start copying Agent of Treachery. And Leyline Binding is the thing that most helps me survive. Well, that card is very good. But I'm probably just dead. If they don't cast the Storm the Festival, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh my, what? I say go? Yeah, this is phenomenal, because now I can, like, binding this attack Kiora, right? Or I could get down my Agent of Treachery. Attack both at Kiora, force them to block, and then Agent of Treachery the Kiora? So tricky. I do want the Agent in play, so I can start copying it next turn. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm allowed to Agent the Nickfoss, because if they have another one, that's just disaster for me. I wouldn't mind getting this Leyline out of play. Agenting Leyline, yeah. It does seem reasonable. I agree. That's kind of my inclination too. It's tricky because then I don't have Veto open. Can't say I have second Kiora, that's true. Honestly, not that impossible. Alright, I'm gonna Binding this Trailblazer, I think, and keep Veto open. Because if they play another Cura and we have Veto open, that's phenomenal for us, I think. And next turn we're going to have 8 mana with this token, so we get to copy Agent anyway. Like, we just want to do the thing that keeps us most alive for next turn while still allowing us to copy Agent. And I think this is pretty good for that. Oh my god. I mean, this means they aren't hitting my Reflection. So it could be worse. Or we could get a Surveil, that's true. That was probably better than making my ley lines cheaper. Yeah, you're right, Scooter. Alright. Very. That's an Elvish Mystic. And that's Sango. That's pretty amazing for me. Okay. So let's play this Agent of Treachery. Amazing. So good. Wow, we won game 1. This matchup feels horrific. I'm very glad we won game 1. I think they had to draw exceptionally poorly for us to get there. I guess sacking ley lines is maybe a part of how we win this. Multiple hole's weird. I think it's bad. Flanker might be okay. It hits Storm, but I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's quite good enough. Oh, Elesh Norn is absurd against them. Okay, that's like pretty good. Maybe we're better in this matchup than I give this deck credit for. Having Elesh Norn that you can tutor for. Quite excellent. There are going to be times when Tolsimir is impressive. I think I want to cut it though. It's pretty bad against their 4 power creatures. Although it does kill the 4/2. It does kill the 4/2. Maybe it's fine. Need to cut one more. Not really sure what. Very lost. I think we want all the counter magic. I think the counter magic's good. Maybe I'm overrating Gargaroth. Seems like a fine card, but it's hard to imagine we're ever grabbing it instead of Elesh Norn is the problem. Okay, well this can answer a ley line, so it's also just a pretty good hand. It doesn't have much long game, but it's very good at stopping their early game. So seems like an easy keep. They don't have the ley line. Okay. We holding the Triome to cycle it. We already have all these types, so I believe that's acceptable. Yeah. I think there's decent odds we end up cycling it at some point. Invasion of Ixalan. Okay, that's some sticky devotion. Get a Trailblazer. Right. Run this out. Have Leyline Binding up for that Trailblazer. Or Veto up for a Cura. Either way. Though I guess they wouldn't cast the Trailblazer, right? Just draw a card? Probably. I could save this, but I think I just want to cantrip it. Look for more action. Yes, cycling the land would have been kind of the same, so maybe I could have done that instead. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to grab this Yorion. Really want to be able to Binding the Trailblazer. If the Axolotl Gyro comes to Arena, same. So good. Okay. I might just Sunfall them next turn, honestly. Seems fine. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess that's the plan. They can draw a card off this invasion if they want. I guess I'm just gonna let them do it. I just want a Sunfall. Elesh. God, I wish I could get that down, but obviously I just have to do this. Hopefully we'll have time. Yeah, Norn. Hopefully they don't have a really good Storm the Festival here. Or Grove Troll. Okay, acceptable. They search for a creature or land. They're gonna. What creature are they gonna get? Oh, they get a Sunken Citadel? Okay. Cool. I'm pretty sure I just want this Elesh Norn in play. This shuts down so much of that deck. An invasion, it doesn't do anything. Classic Elesh Norn being messed up. Seems incredibly hard for them to deal with this card. They'd have to like fight it, but it's pretty hard to get a 7 power thing. Alright, they're grabbing a creature. Hopefully nothing too scary. Uvenwald Oddity. I mean, we have the Leyline Binding for that, so... Oh, but they get to cast it now? Even then, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Grab 2 lands. So powerful. I can get Swamp for this Leyline Binding, which is nice. And then I guess Burst of Plains. Play out the Swamp. Leyline Binding is now 1 mana and it exiles 2 things. I might just want to get their Devotion off the table. How close are they to Emrakul if they have that in hand? It's currently 11. Yeah, I guess just getting their stuff off the table wasn't bad. Get the nice 2 for 1. Lets me attack them too. Could attack them for 9, or I could just put this Yorion in my hand. I expected this matchup to feel a lot tougher. I guess their draws have been a little awkward. Having Sunfall helped a lot. If the Sunfall had been... I see some people play Supreme Verdict. I think that would have been a bit worse. They'd have like got a troll back and stuff. Sunfall's just so silly. It makes so much more sense in your Sunfall, in your Beanstalk deck too. I'm gonna keep this, but you know, not without its problems. Oh, maybe I was meant to play Steam Vents tapped there because I have this Fable later. Yeah. Saving the 2 life is pretty relevant. I kind of want to save this portable holder. I'm worried they might be a weird version of Ensol. So I think I kind of want to save it. It's going to make things so awkward to wait. I think I want to save it. Yeah, I think they are Ensol. They just have Fervent Champion for some reason. I wonder why. Maybe they have some kind of equipment? Title seems misleading. What could you possibly mean? There are literally question marks, Harry. Literally question marks. Implies some level of doubt. I mean, you seem to be expressing doubt, so you know. Alright, I guess we're now at the point where I just need to cast this. Kind of dying. A little bit. And just asking questions, yeah. Best title on Twitch? You missed like, I played a bunch of mono green last week, Harry. Mono green's kind of fantastic. TBH. Perhaps the coldest take ever. Mono green is kind of fantastic. Has great vibes. Okay, well. Kind of dying a little bit. Mono green good. Feel like they have another spell pierce. Ideal. Doing my scries before my path to the wild tree. What do you want from me? Yeah, I'm not convinced I like Sunken Citadel that much. Even if it does let you do the Tron thing. The deck kind of feels just quite a bit more consistent without Sunken Citadel. The thing is, I feel Sunken Citadel's really good in the games that you're already like pretty good at winning anyway. And then it's pretty stinky in the fair games where you like desperately need some untapped plans because you have to like cast spells on curve for the first few turns. So not sure I'm actually a Sunken Citadel believer. Yeah, the Citadel elf deck thing is unhinged. It's like completely fine in the games where you don't actually need Citadel to win anyway. It's the problem. So it looks really messed up. Because it's really messed up in the games where your deck's already like pretty messed up. At least that like your nut draws then lose to their nut draws, which is unfortunate. Excuse me. Be right back. Alright, this hand seems pretty nice. What's that? Turn 4 Atraxa? Almost. Land away. I might need to close this curtain. It's so warm. I'm just dying. Alright, no more lies open is very nice. Oh, we didn't even have to use it. Incredible. If I want to have Leyline Binding open, I need to shock Sacred Foundry. And I do want to have Leyline Binding, because it lets me Atraxa next turn. So. Seems like a good plan. Field of Ruin. That's actually fine. I have a lot of basics. I think we don't have basic forest. I think that's the only one. Alright, let's just run this out. I'm just gonna get an Atraxa. It seems like it's gonna be pretty good against their discard deck. Alright. I guess we'll go get an island. Now they're gonna go after the Sacred Foundry, I guess. It's fine. You know, I almost want to get Agent of Treachery and just Stone Rain them. That's probably deranged. Really tempting though. Take that, Castle Lockwain. Leyline Binding. Well, that's an Agent of Treachery. Cycle Land, I guess. Channeler or Gargaroth? I assume Channeler. Seems acceptable. We don't even have to discard. Phenomenal. They don't kill this Atraxa, we can bounce Atraxa. That's the powerful play right there. Oh no. Okay. Takes the binding, I assume. Yep. They have found their singular good card. Oh. Not too bad. I kind of don't want to actually copy the Atraxa yet. I kind of want to get some cards out of my hand first. I'm going to have no more lies open anyway. Maybe that's deranged. I guess I would get to draw 3 cards. I think I'm just going to do this. How would I answer what Blood Moon is? Imagine a card that deleted all the text from all of your opponent's cards. About 30% of the time. How can you lose if you hold open 2 more normal eyes? I mean, they could like double removal spell on my turn. I don't know. I guess I worry about getting tempoed in some weird way by doing this. But it's probably fine. And then, all right, they do this. I grab a... They're going to go a Field of Ruin after my other Glacial Fortress. And then I'm only going to have 1 No More Lies open, and I'm going to feel very silly. Indeed. Indeed. I kind of have to cast a thing this turn, I guess. Oh, they're not going after the Glacial... What? This is so surprising. I am slightly confused. Get in for 7. I really don't know what their plan could possibly be at this point. I guess we're just going to keep holding open these No More Lies. Okay. What a challenging game for all involved. Portable is weird because, like, oh, we keep facing so many people who lose game 1 and are like, I never want to play against your stupid Incarnation deck ever again. Get out of my Explorer queue. I came here to play fair Thoughtseize decks. Let me cast my Thoughtseize in peace. I'm just, if I'm attacking and holding open No More Lies, that means I'm just never casting the clone. Because either the Atraxa dies and I gotta do other stuff, or the Atraxa doesn't die and I don't have the clone anymore, so you're probably right that I should have cycled. Imagine you were playing a PvP game and your opponent unplugged your router. That's phenomenal. That's such a good descriptor. A+. So accurate. Yeah, how dare you have good top decks in your deck versus my Fortsy stack. Alright, the bad news is we are playing against the worst possible matchup, so that's fun. The bad news is we're going to get Quintorius to death. Quint combo is legal, yeah. I get the impression it's quite a bit more popular on Arena than it is on Magic Online. I don't actually know how popular it is on Magic Online, but I feel like you face it a solid 10% of the time on Arena. Which feels pretty high for me. Feels pretty high to me. Alright, we need to find some Leyline Bindings and counter spells. Please. We actually don't want to keep a Sunfall for Carnosaurs. Get rid of the tap land. Maybe this path. Hope I don't die somehow. Probably dead. I guess I needed path for second white. I'm very silly. Well, I could hold open Omen to try and look for interaction. I think if they have 3 mana ramp into Quintorius, I'm just willing to accept I'm dead. I think I need to spend a turn developing. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to win this game. Okay. Pretty good. So I'm one short of tutor grab use, unfortunately. I guess that means Omen and then say go. They have it, they're just gonna jam it. That's the problem. Dovin's Veto. Okay. Pretty good. Oh, I really wish I had that Wild Tree right now. Second white source would just be so good. The thing. Can't believe they left Quint legal and they banned the other one. Yeah. It's not like the most thrilling gameplay in the world. I seem I'm not allowed to counter this, but it's really tempting to. Okay. Oh my god, we did it. We did the impossible. Thank goodness. Alright. Love to see it. Kind of unfortunate that copying Cleric doesn't actually work very well, but details. I think we just want to go get a binding. I'd rather attack for 2 than be able to change this, right? I guess so. Aw, good luck, Sphere. Hope it goes well. Hide our true intentions. They'll never know what we could tutor instead of the best enchantment in our deck. Kind of nice. You can Leyline Binding their Leyline Binding, sack our binding to go get an Atraxa. Obviously, they get their binding back, but we get an Atraxa trigger. It's a little dangerous getting Atraxa against their deck, though, because of Clever Impersonator. We have Reflection. We could get Agent as well. Also an option. How many clones do they play normally? 4 Spark Double, 2 Clever Impersonator? Is that pretty standard? 6. Okay. That's not even guaranteed they have a spot. They have an impersonator in hand. Opponent? You okay over there? You good? Oh, I'm silly. I did want to leave this open because I could copy this end of their turn to get a Beanstalk instead. If they didn't do anything. And then we could go Beanstalk, draw the binding that we get on this turn. Yeah, I think they timed out. I believe that is accurate. All right. What's going on today? This is crazy. We're having so many weird issues. I like it with this stupid Giant Cindermaw in our main deck and we haven't faced Amalia once. We decided Elesh Norn is kind of bad, right? Because they can clever impersonator her. She's also kind of good though, that's the problem. I don't know if she's more good or bad. Very hard to say. She does seem like a bit of a liability. It's sad to not have a 5 in the deck, but... Or Sunfall might be overkill. I can maybe trim one. Very good against Carnosaur, but like... about it. Maybe just 2 copies. I think it's just like a nice thing to draw into sometimes, but... I guess maybe you could also just cut Heliod, because it's kind of a mid-range card. It's really nice to have access to, though. Being able to rebuy your binding after you sack it is kind of sweet. It's also possible pick your poison is not something we want 2 copies of. Okay, this seems good. I don't really care about their life total. I don't think their life total matters that much to me. Alright, just go ahead and get this down. Draw ourselves a card. Need to do an armadillo. Another counterspell is always reasonable. Alright. Obviously I would love to develop this Fable, but I believe I am pretty much obligated to hold open counter magic here. Nice. They don't do anything. Acceptable with me. Also, I meant to shock myself here. It's kind of hard to imagine it mattering. It is quite a large armor though. Wow, my opponent missed a land drop. Good lord. Alright, I'm definitely just casting this Fable. I almost certainly don't need 2 counter spells open, and I really want to start pressuring them. Oh, reduce to rubble. They can tap down my lands. That's cute. It's a sorcery though, right? Yeah. I don't really care about this. I just want to have a counter spells open so I don't lose the game. Reduces count is mana leak, and then rubble taps down 3 lands. Pretty sweet card. It never really saw standard play, but we registered it for the World Magic Cup in Unified Standard. Because only one deck could have negate. So the other decks have to start getting scrappy when it came to counter spells. They're tapping down some lands. This is just fine, right? I don't care about this. The fact that they don't have any swamps in play makes me feel pretty safe here. If they had swamps, I'd be feeling a lot more in danger because they could Fort Distortion me soon, but not really an option that's on the table for them. Okay, I should veto this, because I might need No More Lies for Carnosaur, I guess. I wish I could Agent of Treachery. It feels a little bit greedy. Draw a card. I could almost do something silly and like bounce this Leyline Binding. It's kind of like drawing a card, except I forced them to recast the Leyline Binding. Maybe that was better. And then if I binding their binding, I get some really good value. Yeah, that was better, VV. Very silly. I believe I'm willing to just cash in a binding here to draw a card. How rude. Okay. I'm willing to cash in a second one. That's like a little bit more risky. I think so, though. I think I just want to get something going over here. Alright, I think having this top line in play is good instead of cycling it, because then I can Agent of Counterspell back up next turn. Which sounds pretty excellent to me. I can steal their Aether Triome so that they can't build up to a Fort Distortion. And then I can flicker the agent later. Oh, this is sick. This cuts me off. No, I'm so silly. I forgot they play Bedazzle. Oh my god. I'm still gonna have Mystical Dispute open though, so they can't combo me. This looks bad, but it's actually fine. This, like, actually doesn't matter. I'm still just gonna have Mystical. They needed to kill the blue land. I'm kind of surprised they didn't. Oh, it's because of Leyline Binding. They're valuing Leyline Binding over Dispute. That makes sense. That's just correct. Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake there, but luckily it did not cost me the game. So, you know, no justice. Maybe could have waited a turn and just developed the Yorion instead to play it safe, draw a few cards.